Hey everybody, how y'all doing? So yeah, this is my fourth part of my testimony of my brain aneurysm. So I forgot to mention when I was at the hospital during Mother's Day, I was trying to speak to, I think it was my sister, and I remember I kept moving my hand like this, doing like this, and that was like a form of me trying to talk. I didn't know I could talk, but then I knew I couldn't talk. Like when I tried to talk, like it automatically just resorted to me moving my hand like I was trying to talk with my hand. So I just kept doing like this, and I'm pretty sure they was like when they're like, okay, what you saying? I didn't know what I was saying either, but yeah, I kept doing like this just to see how far God brought me. It's a miracle. It's a blessing. Now I'm about to go to be transferred to the rehab. Well enough to leave from the hospital, but you know the rehab was still a hospital because I was inpatient. So I moved from the regular hospital to the rehab, and there I pretty much had to learn everything. After I had the surgery, and I couldn't walk no more. I couldn't talk, of course. How like a infant toddler learning how to walk, and they fall, they get back up, and I pretty much went through that step again, that process again. So like the first week looked like me not being able to do nothing. A lot of times I wanted to have the curtain closed and just have darkness on me because I just didn't feel like doing anything. And that's not a good way to be, just to feel hopeless, to feel like giving up. I don't know if that's the right words to say I was giving up, but I just wasn't feeling it the whole week I was there. I just wanted to be left alone in darkness and just left alone. But if you want to get better, and this is a word for other people, if you want to get better, you can't dwell in darkness. You can't be isolated unless God have you in your isolation period where He wants to talk to you. But just to be, oh, just leave me alone, and I want to be in darkness, I want to, no, you can't heal like that. And within that week that was like that, I can heal because I was still in the exact same, way I was a day before. I remember it was a lot of nurses like cleaning me and bathing me because I couldn't do nothing. I had a catheter in me, so that's how I had to use the restroom with the catheter. So I remember like at least 4 nurses, it could have been more, was like bathing me, wiping me down. But me, I love to be independent, so I was a little bit of like not embarrassed, but I just didn't want to see their faces. But also too, I was like still a little bit tired from just the whole thing of the whole process. So every time I just see them wiping me off and stuff like that, I'll just close my eyes to like not see them, but I'll fall asleep. By the time I close my eyes, I'll fall asleep. So like I said, that lasted for like a week and a half, I think. He still fed me through my feeder. I still couldn't talk. So about a week and a half to 2 weeks later, I guess it was like, okay, we gotta like, this is rehab, so we gotta like, get you up and moving again. So I remember, I think they just automatically put me, I don't even know the name of the machine, but it was like a machine that it'll tie you around the waist, but it have you like stuck in the air, and that way it helps work on your balance and your, I guess like your ear, because like I said, I couldn't do anything like that, like balance. I didn't have anything like that. So they had me like that for up in the air just the whole time. It was like a PE big long room. It was a whole bunch of people. It was actually mainly older people, like in their 50s, could be in their 40s or older. If I'm not mistaken, I think I was the only young person in there at the time. I was 28 years old. A lot of people was like intrigued to like, because there was people that was younger. Actually, there was a lot of people that was younger that was working there. So they was like to see me at such a young age and like, how she get in here and stuff. So they want to know. At that time, like I said, I couldn't talk. So that's how like the first week and a half went. I remember one time they tried to let me walk. And I remember I said like an elderly woman, she was trying to walk and like practicing and stuff. And I remember thinking in my head like, she can't walk? That's easy. Because I remember how I was before I had the brain aneurysm. Oh, but I was going to find out a few seconds later when I tried to walk. When I tried to walk, when I tell you, it was the hardest thing in the world. I couldn't even do it. And I was like, wow. So it's like God was saying, you don't judge judge nobody because you don't know what they're going through. And I didn't know until I tried to walk. And I know baby steps all over again, learning everything all over again. It was like times where they had to put like a little belt around my waist and they'll tie it and then they'll hold the back of it so I'll be walking. So if anything like, I fall or anything or about to fall, or they don't let you fall, but if you're about to fall, they can like, grab you and hold you up and stuff like that. So, to help me walk and everything like that. But, whew, just learning how to walk and everything. Also, too, remember when I was in the bed, like when I'll be on my hospital bed again. Oh my gosh. It felt like a ton of bricks was literally on my head. Like, how you can lay your head back and then you just lift it up like this? I couldn't do that. When I tried to lift my head off the pillow and up, it felt like literally a ton of bricks was on my head, weighing me down. So it was like when I'm trying to get up, I couldn't do it. When I tell you it was the hardest thing, it was so frustrating. I couldn't do it. Like when I tried to, I couldn't do it, y'all. I couldn't do it. They had to like bathe me too. So how you gotta like turn over to the side so they can get your backside, and turn over and make sure to get each side. So as I turned over on my side, how like you have a big bucket, a big like tub of water, and it's filled like way to the top, and you're trying to carry it, and it's like like you're shaking and whooshing back and forth. That's how it felt when I was turning over. Like every time I turn over to one side, it felt like a whole bunch of water that was swooshing around. When I turn over to the other side, the exact same way. Just water just swooshing to the side, y'all. There was also about once or twice where my mind wasn't all the way there, and I remember urinating on myself once or twice. And maybe because I had a catheter on, and I thought I urinated on myself. Because it just feels weird when you're a catheter on and you just urinate, like especially when you're used to going to the bathroom. So yeah, maybe that's what it was. I had a catheter on. But also I remember another time, this is before I had my voice, I don't know, but I did a bowel movement on myself. Once upon a time, like a few years ago, I could even tell this testimony, and some of the pictures, I could even show the pictures because I was embarrassed. But now it's to the point where it's like, I really don't care at all. And I know that God's going to get the glory, so it is what it is. And whoever I can help, ones that just want to be entertained or be nosy or it don't help at all, God bless you and save you and deliver you in Jesus' name. I remember one time I did a bowel movement on myself while I was in the bed, and I don't know what happened, but I accidentally touched the rail and a little bit got on the rail. I'm not trying to be nasty or anything. So there was a nurse that came in, I think it was a woman nurse, and I couldn't talk, but I kept like trying like, I point to the rail, and I guess she like she didn't know what I was pointing at. Some people like, it is kind of difficult at times to try to understand somebody when you really can't, especially when you don't understand like sign language, different things. But I feel like she was just playing because she didn't want to do it. That's another thing. If you don't want to be in a profession, you don't have the heart for it. Don't just look at, I'm going to get money, a lot of money, I'm going to be rich. No, you need to be rich in your heart by loving what you do, by loving to help others. If it's not in you, don't do it. And I realized when I was there, I could tell some people that were just in it just to have a job or money, and some people who actually had a heart for it.